How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about money-making methods in Hypixel Skyblock. Before we get into the video, really quickly, if you're new here or you're just not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you did go down and subscribe. I'm really trying to hit 30K because you get a cool rank on the server if you hit 30K. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe later if I don't make videos you like anymore. So if you could leave a like, that'd also be cool while you're down there. Anyways, I'm going to talk about a few methods that I use, and by no means, disclaimer, by no means I'm the richest player. I've been playing for like two and a half weeks. These are just some relatively good strategies, especially if you're mid-game. I'm pretty much mid-game. I have a full set of strong. It's prod 5, growth 5. Like, I'm doing okay. Got a couple mil in the bank, got a compactor. Like, I'm doing fine. But I'm definitely not late game superior or anything. But these are still relatively good money-making strategies. So what you're looking at right now is a Cobble Generator. If you really want to know how to build one, I might not have built the best one. I had a friend help me out with it. But if you want to see how I made mine, you can always visit my island. It's open. My username is connorpugs, the same as my YouTube channel. So literally just go to Skyblock, do /visit space connorpugs, and then just click on my island. You can come and inspect it. You can come and look at it. This is actually a really great way. It is not passive, and I do not recommend you doing it passive, because if you did it passive, you'd probably be using macros and get yeeted off the platform. It's just don't do it. So like you need to basically be sitting there holding down W and holding down left click, and then you can do other things. You can like watch a movie or watch YouTube videos. You just have to be holding down those two buttons. Personally, I will suggest that you don't hold them down for hours at a time. Like, lift up, maybe every like 15 minutes, kind of walk around a little bit. There are bots that will be checking to make sure that you aren't macroing or anything. And while you aren't, it's still, you want to make sure it doesn't look like you are. So just make sure that you kind of like wiggle your mouse a little bit. Just make sure that, you know, if an admin comes, maybe put up a sign. I know I have a sign personally saying that I'm not macroing. Anyways, so now here's my other way, which is minions, which is obviously the better way in my opinion, not because it makes more money, but because it's completely passive. You don't have to be on your island, and that's pretty important in my opinion. So right now, I do not know. I don't think this is the best minion strategy, but I'll tell you what I'm doing because it's making decent money for me for being mid-game. So I have a bunch of coal minions, and if you don't know, 2 blocks of enchanted coal plus like 2 enchanted iron, which I have a few stacks in my, I'm not going to run out of that. But anyways, those make enchanted lava buckets, which boost your minions by 25% forever. So they're a forever fuel, which is really nice. But why I'm making them is because you can sell them for about 300 to 320K on the bazaar. 290 if it's an unlucky day. I just save it at that point. But anyways, so that means my minions combined can make about 300K passive per day, which is pretty bad. I've seen people be like, oh, I can make like 100K per day per minion or something. But right now, this is working for me. I'm trying to upgrade them a little bit, so maybe I can make 1.5 or 2 or maybe even 3 lava buckets per day. And if they get anywhere near 1 million per day, I'm not really going to care. If there's a slightly better method that'll take months of my life to get, I'm satisfied. You know, it might not be the best, but it's still pretty good. But at the same time, no passive method will be better than any active method when getting coins if they're at the same level. And this definitely applies here with the Cobble Generator. Enchanted Cobble goes for about 800 to 900, maybe even 750 on a bad day at the bazaar. And this thing right here, if you have a compactor, important. I have 3 important things I have on right now. This isn't a normal pick. This isn't normal armor. And I also have other things with me. Quickly, you're going to need something that will give you haste 2, whether that be a potion. I just put on miner's armor, which was given to me by a friend. Permanent haste 2 when you're wearing it. It's really important for this. I actually tried this with my strong armor on, and it just was not working at all. And I didn't realize why until I noticed my strong was on. Also, I have a stonk, it's a pick. It's not actually a stock. If you go to the end, it's about 500K, I think. It's really worth it. It's like efficiency. Oh, and right here, the server sometimes breaks, and it kind of reset me for a sec. You see how nothing's loading? Yeah, server glitches out for me every like 30 minutes, and it just comes back, and I open a few chests. Anyways, so if you go to the end, you can get something for 500K called a stonk, which is efficiency 6 telekinesis 1, which is really, really good. It's instant mine. Like, there's nothing faster in the game. And it instantly puts in your inventory. And you also, I really, really recommend you get a super compactor or personal compactor 4000. Whichever is the cheapest one, because the much more expensive ones really aren't that much better. They're just for like personal. They're just like slightly better for a lot more money. I know this because my friend bought the wrong one by accident. He bought a 5000. It's really not worth it, in his opinion, especially for the money he put into it. Anyways, the reason why you want to get a personal compactor with 4000 is because it will turn the cobble into enchanted cobble. And trust me, I get about 3 stacks of cobble every like 5 to 10 seconds. Very quickly, at least. You can look at the video and see actually how fast I get it. I'm just kind of guessing on that one. But anyways, my inventory would fill up super quickly and I'd have to enchant it. And the time it would take if I didn't have that compactor would be probably, after about a day, probably about 100 grand in loss of time, because I have to stop, I have to go and just compact everything. It's just not worth it at that point. I really suggest it. It seems like a lot of money, I know, but trust me, personal compactor, miner's armor, or somehow haste 2, and also a stonk. Briefly, I'd like to mention the other money-making strategies that are in the game, such as farming. I actually have a pretty big pumpkin farm. Decent size, not big compared to most people's massive pumpkin farms. But I really only have that for the farming XP and if I want to level up a pet later. So I don't have that for money. It makes pretty garbage money, in my opinion, compared to other active things you can be doing. You can farm zealots, where essentially there's a rare drop from a zealot that's like super rare. So if you farm them for an hour, there's a chance you might get 2 summoning eyes, which can actually get you 1,000,000. But there's also a chance you get 0, in which you get nothing. So it's really, I don't suggest that until you're super late game, because there's going to be everyone else who's super late game going for the same zealots as you. And if you have like an okay sword and you have to like 5-hit a zealot, you're just going to have some guy in like full young speed pod aspect of the end just killing everything in one tapping them and taking all your kills. So I don't suggest that. Farms are just good to have because I think sugarcane farms are better for money, worse for XP. I also have one of those. Both a sugarcane and a pumpkin farm, those are decent farms to have. I just think the 2 methods I already went over, the Cobble Generator, which is active, and the minions is passive, those are probably the 2 best in my opinion. Briefly, before we end the video, I would just like to say I've been getting some accusations of subbotting. If you go to my Social Blade, you'll figure out that that's just absolutely not true. I've been doing YouTube for years. I actually have about 3 million views worth of videos I just don't have public because they were me when I was like 13, and I'm not really a fan of that, just being on the internet. So if you really want to, if you don't believe me, go to Social Blade, look me up. You'll see the views, you'll see the grind, you'll see how long it took me to get to where I am. And yeah, my channel's kind of inactive, and that it is what it is. You know, I haven't posted for like 2 years, maybe. So it's just, that's just what happens, you know, when you just don't post. And, you know, I'm posting again, and I kind of want to do this, and I'm kind of into it now, and I would really like to revive my channel. So if you want to help me out, leave a like in the video. I appreciate you guys watching. And if you made it this far into the video, because very few people do, please go down and comment door, because I'm looking at a door right now. At the end of my videos, I always have people comment something weird to see if anyone actually watches all the way through. So yeah, if you do, let's confuse all the people who don't, and I'll see you guys in the next one.